Brother Zari.
How you doing there, brother?
All right.
Grace
and peace. Just reading this Bible, and it tells us in John 3:17 that for God sent not his son into the world to condemn the world, but through the world, through him, might be saved. So can you give me some elaboration on how the Father sent Jesus into the world with a restoration plan for us?
Well, first of all, people don't know who the real Jesus is.
Okay.
And so going way back during the days of the pharaohs, the Lord had raised, when Israel was growing in population.
Okay.
And when during the days of the pharaohs, when they rose up to be a great nation, it was time for them to come out of that captivity, because Pharaoh put Israel into a great bondage because it was growing in a multitude.
Yes, sir.
And so during that time, the Lord raised up Moses. And when they brought him out of Egypt with great power and authority, well, the Lord brought him into the wilderness.
Yes, sir.
And introduced himself as the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the mighty God.
Yes, sir.
But he also said that told Moses that my name Jehovah was not made known to them.
Right.
But anyway, he presented him with his law, the Ten Commandments.
Okay.
Which back in the day represented the old covenant.
That's right.
But when he had told them that if they sin against him in Deuteronomy 28 chapter, that and forsake him, that all the curses would come upon them. And so Israel wouldn't listen. They said all that the Lord has said we would do and be obedient. But guess what? They were deceitful. And they disobeyed.
Okay.
And so in the process of time, all the curses in Deuteronomy 28 chapter from the 15th verse to the 68th verse, we are fulfilling, and they have fulfilled and still fulfilling to this day. But in the meantime, the Lord said that he would send a deliverer to save his people Israel.
Yes, sir.
And by them not knowing the scriptures, he was talking about himself.
Yes, sir.
And when he said that, told David, through the fruit of thy body would I sit upon thy throne, he meant just that, because when you get to Luke, the second chapter, it talks about how one was born out of the house of David, be a savior unto Israel and a light unto the Gentiles.
Yes.
Gentiles represent our European brothers and strangers that are not Gentiles, but are not of the house of Israel or the lineage of Israel. They will have access to this great salvation that the Lord going to bring through Israel. Don't you know that Jesus was born out of the tribe of Judah when he was manifest in the flesh? And in Matthew, the first chapter, is written that he would save his people from their sins. And when he was manifest in the flesh, it said, and his name should be called Emmanuel, meaning God with us.
Yeah.
So that same God swore unto David, and he said he wouldn't change his mind, that the fruit of thy body would I sit on your throne. And that same Jesus is to sit on the throne of David and rule over the house of Jacob, who is Israel, forever. And of his kingdom it should be no more.
Ooh.
But in the meantime, the Lord has spoke about curses that would befall the people.
Yes.
How that they were put into a great sleep, spiritual sleep, like it's prophesied in Ezekiel the 37th chapter.
Yes, sir.
That great dry bones in the valley represented Israel. The so-called Negroes, colored folks, Afro-Americans, whatever name they call, in whatever country that they find themselves in. Because we're not just in America, we're in places like Nigeria, we're in places like, the Igbos, we're in places like South Africa, you got the Zulus, you got places in Northeast Africa, the Falashas in Ethiopia.
Yes, sir.
Israel, out of the tribe of Dan. And it goes on and on and on. So this Jesus, whom the people do not know, is a black man just like you and I. And when that God come down the second time, because Jesus was on a mission at his first coming 2,000 years ago, Judah was in Rome, in the land of Israel, in Jerusalem. And guess what? Under Roman occupation.
Right.
Whereas the 10 tribes, the house of Israel, was scattered out 100 years earlier into the land of Assyria by Assyrian king. So until this day, Israel have not been recovered.
Wow.
And so the same Jesus that was represented at his first coming, who was called the Messiah.
Yeah.
While they saw him after his death and resurrection, yeah, he rose again. Don't let nobody tell you he didn't rise again. That same Jesus who ascended up to heaven shall return in like manner. And in Zechariah the 14th chapter, it says that he's going to stand on the Mount of Olives.
Yes, sir. Man.